Hey everyone, Sean Clement here, Wisdom in Golf, and today I'm going to show you why this is the most important video on putting ever, because it is the most important fundamental on putting ever, something that we always overlook, except for one guy, Jack Nicklaus. He said, "I never missed a putt in my mind." I'm going to show you what that is today on this magnificent Putt View putting system, and you will get what I'm talking about, and it's going to really help you make a ton more putts. Stay tuned. Of course, you want to join Wisdom in Golf by subscribing to this channel. Hit the like button if you like what you see today, and ring that notification bell so that you don't miss any future videos. Man, we got the goods now, and we're going to deliver them. So you have a 6-footer, and it's an important putt. You want to make it for par, and you got a chip, to this point, and it's got a little break to the left, and you get over that putt, and you start being careful and watching out. You get over here and you say, okay, I'm hoping that that ball's going to go in the hole if I started on that line. So you're looking at the hole, but you're not really telling your brain what you want with it. Most of you are looking at the hole like this: hole, hole. You haven't seen anything yet. What we're looking for is we want the ball to roll into the hole, so your eyes have to see the ball roll in at the speed you want it to roll in on. And that's really, really key. So you're saying, well, what do you mean, Sean? I mean, that sounds really ridiculously easy, right? Well, let me give you a little bit of, human self-preservation here. So if this was the edge of a cliff right now, and I'm walking through the bush and I'm coming to the edge of the cliff and I don't see what's going on over there, I wouldn't approach the cliff like this, would I? That would be not too good for my health. So as I'm approaching the cliff, I'm checking for loose rocks, I'm checking for moss that I can slide off of, and then, it's only a foot. No problem. So when you're looking at the hole, the brain doesn't see the bottom of the hole from here. It sees the edge of the hole. And so when you're putting towards the hole, it doesn't mean into the hole, does it? And there's the key. You want to see the ball roll over the front of the hole into the bottom in your mind, and then the brain goes, oh, that's what you want. Instead of hole, putt towards the hole, try not to make a mistake. So you're already charging up your machine with doubt and be careful and watch out and this is important, versus, hey, let's see the ball roll in the hole, let it go. As long as your brain knows what's going on. So if I take this ball, put it at 2 feet right here, here's the exercise. So you need a structure that's balanced. Don't worry about the eyes over the ball. That's very, very secondary, and it's really not that important. So I let the arm putter unit swing under my shoulders. So right now my body's in balance and my arm putter unit is in balance under my shoulders. Now I bring this over to the ball. I'm going to do a little acid test by just taking a backswing. There we go. So that feels like my arms and putter want to go in that direction. That's first. So now I've done my homework. Now what I need to see is that ball rolling over the front of the hole into the bottom of the hole, and I'm going to do it at a medium speed. So I'm seeing the ball roll off the front and fall into the bottom middle of the hole. So feels in balance. See the ball roll in. Let momentum put the ball in the hole. So once you do a couple of these at 2 feet, what you want to do is do them at different speeds. So the next one, I'm going to have leap off the front and hit the back of the hole before going to the bottom of the hole. So everything's in balance. See the ball roll off the front and hit the back of the hole. So notice that speed delivery was very different. And if I had a very slick downhill putt, this was not where I would do this, by the way, but if I had a very slick downhill putt, what I'm trying to see is the ball roll over the front of the hole and follow the front of the hole into the bottom. So I'm in balance. That matches. See the ball creep into the hole. So I'm going to give it a little bit wider berth and let it. There we go. So you see the side of the hole that it's going to go in, and you see how it's going to go in. So if we go to the next putt, let's see the next one. There we go. So you do this at 2, 3, all the way to 6 feet. So acid test, check. See the ball roll in. Gotta see that roll in. That gives it every chance to roll into the hole. So if I go next, and I'll go to the 6-foot one now, and you'll realize here's the secret sauce. So the putt is going to take the break in the last 4 to 6 feet of the hole, okay? Now, if you've got a 20-footer and you say, okay, the ball's going to enter like this and at that speed, well, now you're tracing it back from that 4 to 6 feet because that's when it's slowing down to take the break. So if you trace your steps back to where you are, you have a start line, and then you have the last 4 to 6 feet that you're going to visualize in your mind. So now I'm 6 feet away. Acid test. Got it? So now I'm seeing, you see the intersection, those two lines? I'm seeing the ball take off on that line, and then when it starts slowing down, it's taking that break and it's going into that part of the hole. So this is a medium delivery here, so I'm seeing that ball enter the hole where it's going to fall off the front and hit the center of the hole on the way down. Falling off the front and hitting the center. Oh, that was close. So we're going to give it a little bit wider berth. So I'm seeing that ball follow the right edge of that trace. And there it is. So I was looking for that line there going in. So instead of a 5 o'clock entry point, it was more like a 4:30 entry point. If the hole is like a clock, 6 o'clock is straight in. This is 5 o'clock entry. 4:30 was where I was supposed to go in. So notice I was able to adjust. So as you practice, always see the ball roll in, let it go, see what happens. And that is what gives you the blueprint to learn and evolve and become an awesome putter. Okay? So enjoy that, and we'll see you in the next one. All the best.